We have two names, very impressive names. They are not from Pakistan, but their heart lives in Pakistan. One name is Dr. Bruce Jones, and the second name is Mr. Scott Frazier. Fantastic people, wonderful people, impressive people. We love both of you and we love your families. Because what you have done is amazing. Even we didn't do what you did. So big round of applause for these two families. Both these gentlemen went to our beloved Pakistan and they performed heart surgeries. Especially, they repaired many mitral valves. So they have saved many lives in Pakistan. They went on a medical mission and they fell in love with Pakistan. So at this time, I would take the liberty of inviting both our honorable guests on the stage and share with us about their wonderful experience. Please put your hands together for Dr. Bruce Jones and Mr. Scott Frazier.
I think Dr. Akhtar would like to show our video first and kind of acquaint you with what we did. Hi, my name is Bruce Jones, and I'm a cardiac surgeon from Knoxville, Tennessee. And I was invited by Dr. Yasser Akhtar to join him on a trip to Pakistan, a medical mission to Multan. And we were joined by Mr. Scott Frazier as well, one of our cath lab nurses, the cath lab nurse and director at Physicians Regional there. They've asked us to come help them and kind of in-service them and show them different techniques, primarily for the TAVR, or the TAVR, which is the transcatheter aortic valve replacement.
My name is Scott Frazier. I'm a registered nurse in the East Tennessee area. It was my first trip to Pakistan ever, and I had a great experience. The hospital and the medical staff were extremely hospitable to us as a team. Everywhere we went, we were greeted with handshakes and most of the time embraces. An elite police force protected us everywhere we went throughout the trip. They were escorting us everywhere. We felt very secure. I learned a lot as a nurse, and I probably learned more than I actually provided them. A very elite, very skilled, competent group of doctors and staff we found there. I really enjoyed my trip. I plan on going back to Pakistan in the near future and future trips that are planned.
I really would like to thank everyone here for inviting us. This is a pleasure and actually a very high honor for me to be able to visit with you all. I've been blessed to have done medical missions to Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Tanzania, and now to Pakistan. And I'll have to say the professionalism, the progressiveness of what we saw in Multan, it was very impressive. They do around 1,600 open heart surgeries a year in Multan at the Multan Institute of Cardiology. It is the largest institute in the Punjab province. Our experience, or rather my experience there, was as a heart surgeon, as a cardiac surgeon, and I assisted Dr. Akhtar with the TAVRs that we did. We did 3 TAVRs, which if you're not familiar, that's a aortic valve replacement through the groin. So you go up through the femoral artery and you place the aortic valve without opening the chest. So very progressive. In fact, we did the first, Dr. Akhtar performed the first TAVR procedure in the Punjab province. Is that right? Yeah. I was also very fortunate to be involved with a number of surgical patients, primarily mitral valve disease. As you saw on our screen, the rheumatic heart disease is prevalent throughout. These are rural people that don't always have the access to the proper antibiotics, And so you see these 14, 15, 16-year-old kids, really children, with gigantic cardiomegaly and end-stage cardiac disease at a young age. So, you know, contributions of antibiotics are certainly necessary to try to treat the rheumatic disease. So of those 5 procedures, 5 mitral valves, we were able to repair 3 of those and replace 2 of those valves. So felt very fortunate that we could do that and try to share some of our techniques that we've learned over here in the United States, share those techniques with the surgeons over there. The surgeons over there were amazing, very proficient. If you're doing 1,600 open heart cases a year, I think there were 6 surgeons. So you figure 1,600 hearts a year between 6 surgeons, that's 250 cases apiece. So they're very, very busy and very, very proficient and professional with what they do. So we do look forward to another trip in the spring of 2019. If my wife so lets me, I'll travel back over there again in 2019. For those of you that feel very philanthropic, we certainly would welcome Dr. Akhtar's foundation. It is primarily funded by Dr. Akhtar and his family, so I know that anything would certainly help, and we would appreciate that. But again, I appreciate your time, and we'd be happy to answer any questions after the program. Scott?
Thank you, Dr. Jones. Let me just add a word personally of how honored I am to be here tonight. I certainly don't have all the qualifications that some of my cohorts do. However, I was chosen by Dr. Akhtar to accompany the trip to going to Multan. And from the very first minute on arrival at the airport in Multan, we were greeted with the greatest hospitality and the love from the people there. Hundreds and hundreds had come out just to see us arrive at the airport. We were transported throughout the city under strict and a very elite police guard everywhere we went. So our questions of our safety while we were there was not in question at any time. The accommodations were unbelievable. Dr. Jones and I did not have to share a room, even though we dress alike sometimes. We don't live together. But so each of us had our going to bed times and waking up times, which is different. When we got to the hospital the first morning, I was amazed at the modern facility there. It would look very similar to what I was used to working in here in the United States. The staff there was unbelievable. The competency and the knowledge of those gentlemen, those physicians, as they were training the younger physicians, all the way, the support they felt from the professors all the way down to the first year medical students. I saw the collaboration, I saw sharing of information, sharing of confidence and support all across the board. I thought we were busy here in East Tennessee with heart disease, but they did several more a day than we do in the United States here. Very efficient staff. They would very seldom have an empty room idle. When one was cleared out, another patient was transported, and again, the procedure would start again. We were treated from day one with so much love and so much compassion that I fell in love with Pakistan. It didn't take me very long. And I would love to go back someday if the opportunity arises. Thank you.
We are extremely indebted to both of you, and I would be exactly right in calling both of you role models. We are very proud of both of you. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
We appreciate both of you.
I was doing the inspection of the school, which was a tart school. I was inside, there was a security around it, and I saw through the gate, there was a rickshaw driver fighting with the sentry there. He wanted to come in, but the guard was stopping him that the commander is visiting the school. I saw that, and I walked up to the gate, told him to open it, and talk to the rickshaw driver. And this is very important, which I'm going to tell you now. I said, what is going on? He said, my son slept hungry last night. My son came to the school hungry this morning. I was sick. There was no money, there was no food. In the morning, I went, drove the rickshaw, got some money, went back to home. My wife cooked, and I brought the food for my son. And this guy doesn't let me go in, and he's hungry in the school. So I canceled my inspection, and I called the staff. I said, in 3 days, I want the names of every orphan, every poor who need the food. I was the station commander, so the entire civil population was also under me. From there, I went there and I got every civilian in the town. I said, I want you to sponsor each child. And I need only 3 things: books, their dresses, and their school fee. And you will be surprised. This is what I want to tell you. Pakistanis are the largest hearted donors in the world. In 1 month, every child was sponsored. And after that, what I did, I attached every child with the family. And the whole families were sponsored. So it's very easy what Dr. Jeffrey said. I appreciate his efforts. And if you want to support, educate one child, the last word is, I believe in Sadqa Jariyah. You give money, you give food, you give clothes. The biggest Sadqa Jariyah is to educate a child.
Our next guest is Dr. Naseem Siddiqui, but before he arrives on the stage, I would take the honor of inviting my beloved friend Dr. Rashid Akhtar to come and sing a song for us. Dr. Rashid Akhtar, please put your hands together.
धड़कन धड़कन प्यार है तेरा, कदम कदम पर मीत रे। धड़कन धड़कन प्यार है तेरा, कदम कदम पर मीत रे। बस्ती बस्ती तेरा चर्चा, नगर नगर है मीत रे। जब तक है ये दुनिया बाकी, हम देखें आजाद, हम देखें आजाद तुझे, हम देखें आजाद तुझे। सुनी धरती अल्लाह रखे, कदम कदम आबाद, कदम कदम आबाद तुझे, कदम कदम आबाद तुझे। सुनी धरती अल्लाह रखे, कदम कदम आबाद, कदम कदम आबाद तुझे, कदम